Hey Internet, Eric here. First off, happy Halloween and welcome to day 13 of Shocktober, 13 days of Halloween. From the 19th through the 31st, I was uploading one video a day, 13 different horror movies that I've never seen, 13 videos discussing them. And it's been an interesting challenge. And I know for all of you that watched the end of my last video, Train to Busan, I said I was going to end Shocktober discussing the movie Coraline. And I started watching it, and my daughter, who is a big fan of stop motion, sat down, started watching it, was really getting into it, and she asked if I could not finish it because she had to go to bed. She asked if I could stop it and we could watch it together. So, being the dad, I stopped that. So I was thinking to myself, it's late at night. What can I watch to end October on? Shortest movie that I saw within the first 10 movies in my list on Tubi was tonight's discussion or today's discussion, whenever you're watching this. Today, I'm ending Shocktober on 1982's Pieces. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. The basic plot of this one is we are following. Well, first off, the movie starts off. We are dealing with a young boy. He is putting together a nudie puzzle. His mother finds out, slaps him around, chastises him. He kills her, chops her up. Cops show up. He is hiding in the closet, pretends that he is completely innocent. And then we jump 40 years later, and an unseen killer is stalking girls at a college, chopping them up with a chainsaw, and taking their body parts. All right, this movie has a huge, huge following, and I fucking hated it. I fucking hated this movie. It was awful. I don't get it. The acting atrocious. Now this was. I looked on Wikipedia, and it said it's a Spanish American like collaboration. So because it was released in Spanish, it's released in Spain, one date, released in America another date. You can tell the voices are dubbed, or there is a lot of ADR. ADR always makes the acting seem worse than it is. I don't know about that. I didn't like any of these characters. The acting is not good. Uh, there's nothing about these characters. We never really get to know them. And if we do, I didn't really get to know them because I was so fucking bored. So I don't give a shit about any of these characters, any of the ones stalked by the mysterious killer. I didn't care about the police detectives. I didn't care about the dean of students who ends up being the killer. Spoilers. One of the other professors. I didn't care about anybody. Like I said, the ADR didn't help. But the fact again that this movie was fucking boring really made it. So I did not care about the characters. Gore, pretty decent for a very low budget from early '80s. We get well, we get some really lame gore effects, with a beheading off screen, and then we see the after effects. But we get a decent arm chopped off. We get some decent gore after the fact effects. I did like the kill in the waterbed. That was pretty cool with the blood mixing with the water as the girl was stabbed, the knife being wet from the blood and the water, and the blood just dripping down off the knife. That was cool. That was well done. The rest was okay. Wasn't bad. Dialogue is awful. Like, me and my wife were making fun of it. The movie just started off, and the teens that no one gives a shit about. They just found out there's a new waterbed that's in the dormitory, and one of the girls literally says, "Have you ever smoked pot?" Or what she said, "You ever gotten high and then fucked on a waterbed? It's the most wonderful thing in the world." Or some bullshit like that. So they come off like I said, the ADR makes them come off really fucking stupid. Soundtrack, it's a lot of saxophone stuff. That's all I remember. And you take a shot every time you hear a fucking saxophone solo while someone's doing gymnastics or ballet or whatever it was. Padding in this movie. Nudity's fine. There is a good scene. There is a interesting scene where a girl is, swimming in the pool topless, and then she gets hacked up. Although she gets hacked up with a chainsaw, but I couldn't help but roll my eyes. The killer first gets a pool skimmer, like those nets, draps it over her face to drag her out of the pool, And then, he gets the chainsaw instead of her running away. She just sits there as he chainsaws her up. Stupid. Um, the rest of the film, again, boring, boring, boring. Didn't care, didn't care, didn't care. There's a kill, didn't care, didn't care. There's some titties, didn't care, didn't care, didn't care. There's the reveal that it's the dean of students, didn't care. Um, didn't care, didn't care. Cops show up, they shoot the dean, save the girl, and then we have the fucking stupid ending. Um, the ending is really fucking dumb. So they kill the dean of students, they save the girl, and then the cop and I guess the final guy are talking. They hit like a button or something. They're in the dean's office, and a hidden compartment of his books moves over, and this body falls out, and the body is stitched up of all the different body parts that the dean. The dean is obviously the little boy from the very beginning. Whoop de fucking do. The body is the different body parts that he was taking after he killed the people. Like he cut one person's head off. That was a horrible effect. He cut the arms, the torso, and it's sewed up to look like a Frankenstein monster, basically. It falls out, lands on the final guy. He freaks out, and then it cuts to later. He's relaxed. The cop tells him to chill out, and the body is covered up with a blanket, and he walks past. Its arm literally sticks up in the air, grabs the final guy on the fucking dick. He's screaming so hard that one of his eyes crosses. It yanks down on his dick. We see the blood on his crotch. It pulls his dick off, and it freezes on him screaming. That's how the movie ends. So we start with this weird, disturbed boy putting together a nudie puzzle. His mom beats the shit out of him. He hacks her up with an axe, which is got some decent blood into it. He fakes the murder, says someone else did it. He ends up becoming the dean of students. 40 years later, he's mysteriously, he's all dressed up in a range slicker and a mask, hacking up students with a chainsaw, very poorly, stealing the body parts, makes a Frankenstein monster, hides it in his office. It comes to life and rips the guy's dick off. I hated this fucking movie. Didn't give a shit about the characters. Boring as hell. One good kill with the waterbed. Lame. Final act. The guy is literally just killed by... He's shot by the cops. No fucking squibs. And then the Bride of Frankenstein rips a guy's penis off. Awful movie. This was like... I should blame my daughter because I wanted to watch Coraline. But this was like you're in church and you fart and it's loud enough and it smells enough where people know it was you. Like, it's coming. Like, this was me. Like, I know I shouldn't watch Pieces. It's building up. I hit the button. I regret it right away because people know it's me. And then it just lingers and lingers and lingers. And then by the end of it, I'm going to, eventually it dissipates and we've already forgotten about it. I'm going to forget about this movie tomorrow. Fucking awful. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. Tell me, if you are one of these people who like this movie, because it has a huge following, it's got fucking... So many people collect this on Blu-ray, German, Blu-ray, media book, Italian, fucking 4-disc special, whatever the fuck's out there. Please tell me why you love this movie so much. I really want to know. I'm not mocking you if you love this movie. God bless you. I like a lot of crap. I like a lot of movies that other people hate. I like a lot of low-budget, poorly made movies. I've praised a couple Herschel Gordon Lewis movies. Why do you like this film? Like, the main sin of this movie is just fucking boring. It's like Lucio Fulci's Zombie. Had some interesting parts. It was worse than Zombie. This is probably the worst film I've watched for Shocktober, and I watched 3 fucking Halloween sequels, a Wild Eye movie. Fuck off. But, what was I saying? This is probably the worst thing I was watching. I've praised Herschel Gordon Lewis movies. Why do you like this film? If you do, please tell me below, and I just want to hear your opinion on why. Silver Conversation is dead. I would like to find some Silver Conversation on why you like it, even though I hated it. Thank you to everyone who has watched my 13 days of Halloween. A little more depressing than praising this year, but I will say this: thank fuck for Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire. Fucking surprised about Terrifier 3. Thank Christ for Train to Busan. Love that fucking movie. But ooh, I definitely ended on a turd this year. Anyways, thank you to everybody coming up this Sunday. First, be safe on Halloween. If you're a parent, make sure you add the dad tags to your kid's candy. This Sunday at 4:30 Central Time. I had to postpone it before because of the dental surgery. My interview with the modern man, Calvin Coco, will be happening. And then I need to cleanse the palate of horror. I'm tired of horror right now. I will be discussing for Mike from American Werewolf, Lawrence of Arabia, for my buddy John K. Alvarez, The Fisher King. And then who knows afterwards. I will be getting to Coraline. That video is coming. Trust me. And Psycho Gorman. And who knows what else. Cheers.